Hey everybody, welcome to Get Business Credit YouTube channel. Can you guys hear me okay? What's up? Points Blank Travel, my buddy, half of the Credit Dream team in the house. What's up, brother? It's been a little while. Tried to catch some of your lives, but by the time I got to it, I was on calls and you weren't there. Grow with Marshall, what's up? I really need to stack. Grow with Marshall, I'm here for you. Everybody, just give a few minutes for everybody to tune in. Tonight, we're going to be talking. This is going to be a short live, but tonight we're going to be talking about a new fintech. It's called Parker, but we'll get into that here in a moment. And then we're also going to cover a little bit about a kind of do it yourself credit repair. If you need to get anything done with your personal credit repaired, came across a service that looks very promising and is super affordable for those that may have some blemishes on your personal credit. And then we're going to be covering not only the new fintech, but we're going to be covering some of the fairly new fintechs like the float card. Let's see here. Yeah, the float card. I kind of talked about that before, but card limits up to 1 million, 1 day approval, no personal guarantees. We're going to cover that. And we're going to be covering Unit, which we're in partnership with them. You get a custom website built in less than 7 days for only $149. Normally it's $599. So that might be something you want to get. We're going to go over the PEX card. Construction loans. If you guys need construction loans, we're going to be going over that. It's by Regions Interbank. Flex One, which is also another fairly new fintech. We're going to be going over that one. And keep in mind, some of these fintechs are going to be up your alley depending on what type of business you're in. Some are strict than others. So we're going to go over that. Bottom line, if you guys want to get a lot of business credit, all the cards behind me, I got stacks and stacks and stacks. You know, my Rod Man here, he's the one that helped me get, I don't want to say help me, but kind of encouraged me into with American Express. And then after he kind of pointed out the benefits and everything, gave me some pointers. And then, you know, literally less than, I think 14 months, I was able to get this guy here, Centurion Black Invite Only card, as well as like 11 other American Express cards. Can you guys hear me okay, by the way? Yeah, Rod, I'll share the link. Give me 1 second. Let me drop the link. Let me drop the link real quick. Hang on 1 second. I'll do that right now, brother. It's nice to have you on. 1 second, guys. I'm going to bring up Rod real quick. I promise we're going to get into all the good stuff. And anybody that's interested in my one-on-one business credit mentorship, text now 937-423-9954. And we'll do a free consultation to see if you'd be a good fit or not. But yeah, let's get going here. I'll bring Rod up and then we'll go over these different fintechs and I'll try to make this all quick so I don't bore you guys. Anyways, Rod, here you go. Or do you want me to do the presentation first and then you come up? Yeah, let's do it that way. Let me do the presentation real quick and then bring you up. All right, let's go one by one real quick. Anybody that's tuning in right now, if this is your first time, really appreciate you tuning in. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber and give the video a thumbs up for everybody that's in here. It helps the video get out to a wider audience. Okay. All right. So the first one, also, all the links will be in the description below on this video. So the first one we're going to go over is Parker. So Parker is really a fairly new fintech made for those that are in e-commerce. So if you're selling on Amazon, eBay, say Shopify, any online site or whatever, this will be up your alley. Okay. Um, so as you can see here, as it says, you're so let's kind of back up here for a minute. Most of you guys know a lot of these fintechs are like net 30 terms, but with Parker, you get much longer, up to 6 times longer, periods up to 90-day repayment terms, and you're not going to get charged any fees at all as well. That's what's nice about the fintechs. And if you have several fintechs like I have, you know, I know net 30s aren't really the best terms, but a lot of people want revolving longer terms. But if you do like what I did, strategically do all this by getting several of these fintechs, and you can say liquidate them or stack them, whatever way you want to call it. But basically, you can use OPM, other people's money. So initially you would use one for whatever your expenses is, or your, say, investment, growing your business, whatever. And then you could use another to pay that one back, so forth and so on. You don't even necessarily need to liquidate, because some of these actually allow you to pay others with each other, like pay an invoice and they pay the bills for you. And then you're going to benefit also with the reporting, because a lot of these will start reporting to the different business credit bureaus. So you're going to benefit tremendously on all of them, and you're not going to be paying any, entrance at all, So that could be quite expensive, especially if you're revolving, say, 20, 30,000 on a typical, say, Chase Ink card or Sapphire card. Say it's $20,000, $30,000. Say your APR is, I don't know, say 12% or so. 12, 15%, that adds up. So by utilizing business credit in these different fintechs, work it for your advantage, and doing that, say, over a 1 year period of time, that can save you, depending on how much you're spending, that could save you as much as $10,000, $20,000 in a year. And that really is helpful for any business. So I don't know so much about Parker because it's a fairly new one, but I am going to get more data points so I can share with you in the near future. Anyways, I wanted to, put this out. It's getparker.com. So if you're interested in applying. So basically, even if you sell, say, on anything online and you get paid by, say, even PayPal, that could help you as well. So basically how it's going to work is you're going to connect, say, Shopify, your Amazon, your PayPal, any way that you're getting paid, you're going to attach it to your application on Parker. Based on that data is what they're going to dictate your limit. So as you can see here, it's 10 to 20 times your current card limit. And a lot of fintechs really can't match, or I should say traditional banks like Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, really cannot match the fintechs. I mean, some of these fintechs will give you $100,000, $200,000 limits versus even having an 800 FICO score, personal or business, really good credit and well-established business. You're lucky to get maybe 30, 40,000 on a traditional credit card for business or personal. So just kind of keep that in mind. And yes, like I said, a lot of these fintechs are 30-day terms, but if you have multiple of them and do it strategically, you can work it to your advantage and never actually have to pay anything out of pocket, so like I have one student, he just got like 100,000 on Divvy, and then he got 75,000 through revenue. And then another student, he got, I think 18,000 through PEX. And then Roe gave one other student, I think it's like 45,500. So if you have several of those and you work it to your advantage and just leverage it strategically, it's not very complex. It's really easy. Actually, you can potentially have like anywhere from 20,000 to 200,000 in a matter of a month to 2 months period of time to leverage between several different fintechs. And then you just keep growing that and leveraging it. And then at the end of the day, you're not using a dime out of your own money. And most of these are no personal guarantee. So it's a win-win situation. And a lot of them are starting to report now because they're fintechs, you know? So let's go over here, the features you won't find. I'll get you guys' comments too. If you're just tuning in, please hit the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And also, if you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. Appreciate it. And also, one other thing, real quick, text 937-423-9954. That's my personal cell phone. If you are interested in my one-on-one business credit mentorship, and we can have a free consultation to see if you'd be a good fit for my program or not. Anyway, so you can see here the comparison: Parker, Ramp, Brex, American Express, Chase. So what they're doing is kind of comparing traditional underwriters business cards, American Express, Chase, and you really can't really compare American Express to anybody because I think all of these have their different pros and cons, right? So like American Express, typically what I found, at least personally, and a lot of my students have found, they will give no preset spending limit for their charge cards, and you can revolve those. It's just not a good idea because they're kind of like a hybrid now. Before it used to be you have to pay it, every month in full, but now they've kind of been more competitive and letting you kind of revolve to a certain degree. It's just not advisable relationship wise, but kind of what I've found, at least, a lot of my personal cards the limits are average 20 to 25,000, right? But my American Express personal and business cards, the actual credit cards you can revolve, like say the Hilton or the Delta, those cards, they're actually my lower limit ones, like anywhere from 6 to 15,000 limit. For whatever reason, they don't give high limits on those, but yet my charge cards, I could charge 100,000, 200,000, no problem. It would go through, and I could still revolve it if I really wanted to, but again, it's not advisable. So they're kind of categorizing American Express and Chase, kind of, traditional. And then Brex is kind of a hybrid between fintechs and traditional banks. They're very picky now. They really don't want to deal with startups, even other fintechs they work with. But you really need to be a company that's got, say, investments, funding already, like seed rounds. That's what they're kind of going after, is like tech startups and stuff. That's what their clientele is. And then you got Ramp. You need to be doing over 50,000 in your business bank account to get Ramp. Parker, I really don't know exactly what you need in your business bank account. I don't know if they will accept those that are doing, say, 10,000 a month. But at the end of the day, it's no hard pull, and it's not going to be a personal guarantee or anything. So the worst case scenario, you get denied. So a lot of these fintechs just apply and see what happens. You'd be surprised. A lot of people don't realize it, but like Divvy is starting to approve a lot of people, and when they first launched in 2020 and 2021, a lot of people were getting approved, but then in like 2022 and 2023 in particular, it's like very hard to get approved with Divvy Bill. But now in 2024, especially the last 90 days, I'm seeing a lot of people get approved. So anyway, so here is Parker. Like I said, the credit terms are rolling versus all others are fixed. So rolling is good. So daily credit statements. So you get net 60 on every transaction to avoid large monthly payments. So basically, you could have a limit of, say, 50,000, but you're not actually going to have to pay that back right away. Say you charge 5,000 today. So you're going to actually have about 60 days from that date to pay that back. Say a couple days later, you did 4,000 or 10,000. Well, that's not going to be due on that same statement from that 5,000 from the week prior. You're going to get, additional week. So that could be beneficial, and they have flexible terms. Again, you build up that relationship banking. That's going to help you. That's what I always talk about. That's what got me like a stack, literally almost 10 inches of credit cards, and when I say credit cards, some of them, are fintechs. Actually, a lot of them are fintechs. But I do have a lot of no personal guarantee revolving type business cards as well. So anyways, if you're interested in that, getparker.com, check it out. I'll make a more in-depth video, standalone video dedicated for Parker once I have a little bit more data points. So look for that in the next coming days. All right. Next one is, like I said, the link will be in the description below, the Credit Pros. And if I'm not mistaken, this is only like, it's like a small monthly fee that you pay, and they work on getting your personal credit repaired and things disputed. It's not a typical personal credit repair company because it's kind of like a do-it-yourself, but it's using AI type technology. So I would definitely check into it. I'm getting a lot of good reviews about them. So definitely check them out. They guide you in the right direction. It's not going to be something that is like Lexington Law or any of those. No. Let's go over the pricing real quick so we can see the actual pricing. Okay, that's what it is, right? So it's $69 a month, and then it's setup fee of like $119. But you really need to go with the $149 a month, which isn't too bad if you really think about it, because if you go after those that are too cheap, like Lexington Low, where you're paying like $30 or $40 a month, it's like very bad reviews. So always do Google search and look up the reviews. So you can do $129 or $149 a month. Seems like you don't want to go with this one, the real cheap one, but basically you're just paying like a setup fee, and you're going to get your scores and then unlimited disputes with all three bureaus. And they're coming up with the letters and everything for you. Now, would I say use something like this long term? No. And also, the way personal credit repair is nowadays, it's becoming such a scam. So any of these companies charging thousands and stuff for personal credit repair, 99% of all of them are scams, not worth it at all. Doesn't matter what they're charging, stay away from them. So, a lot of things you can do yourself. A lot of these things you can do yourself, so I would definitely at least check this out. They do have a money back guarantee, as you can see here. If you're not satisfied after 60 days, because you really do need to give like at least 60 days, because it's 30 days for the dispute process, and you need to wait for the reports to update. So the link is in the description below. I think it's creditjosh.link/credit pros, I think. So click on that, and you're actually going to get the discount pricing, because I think it's more if you use the regular link. So anyways, I don't want to touch too much on that. Again, I'll make a dedicated video about that. So this is the Parker card. And for those that are interested in my one-on-one business credit mentorship, this is actually my client portal. So if you are interested in my mentorship, you're going to be able to see this, right? This is what it looks like here. I will assign custom tasks based on your situation and your goals every week, and between 5 to 10 tasks. I give advice, custom advice, and steps based on your situation, your goals, what's lacking, literally 100% of the different students that I have all have had issues. They think they're already well established and they're just looking to build more business credit. Well, I see things with all of them that they skipped or didn't know they needed to do. Like, for example, Better Business Bureau. There's a lot of these things, they don't cost any money. So get registered with Better Business Bureau. It's free, it doesn't cost anything. Google a local business profile. Get that. As you can see here, I give out the exact details of what you need to do. I don't know why I did that. Merchant Circle. I gave exact details. It's free. It just, you need to get registered on these different sites because it makes you look like you're a credible, legitimate company. So these are just like sample things that I assigned to my students based on their situation. Let's see here, like business web citations, explain that you need to build up these foundation steps. They're very important, especially when it comes to manual underwriting. So there's just too much to explain, but that's what we'll do on a free consultation call. Just text 937-423-9954 that you're interested, and we can schedule a consultation call directly with me, and we can go over things and see if you would be a good fit for my program or not. And at the very least, I can give you some free advice. I don't mind doing that at all. I'm here to help. So, example here, like the Revenue Flex, I give information out exactly what about the Revenue card, the link, and at the bottom, I'll always include like my personal tips about applying for that particular credit line on what is like how to fill out the application. Because I kind of know pretty much all the underwriters. I have compiled data and can kind of give you that idea on what direction you need to take. I'm not going to have you apply for something that I don't personally think that you're going to have a high rate chance of getting approved, right? So, and then like I give advice too. Every week I'll give out key points about like, I'm not going to show this too much, but advice on how to increase your chances of getting approved when you're talking to the underwriters, especially with these fintechs, what the verbiage they're going to use and what to look out for just to increase to get you that underwriter to approve you. And then heads up on certain ones that I know that have a potential new card coming or a business credit product. I'm going to give you updates on that. You're going to be the first one to know about those things. Again, I don't want to say too much, but then like every couple of weeks, I'll ask what's in your business bank account. So based on your bank balance, we'll be able to give me an idea what I think is suitable for you to apply for on the fintech space. Keep in mind, like 99% of every task or application that I have my students go after is going to be no personal guarantee, and it's not going to be a hard credit check. If it is going to be a personal credit check, it's going to be a soft credit pull. It's not going to be a hard. So my mentorship is not all about going off and getting Chase Inc. and American Express cards and Wells Fargo cards. Anybody can do that, and you don't even need to be having business revenue. Anybody can get those, even really not even having in a business, just as a sole prop. So, that's not what my mentorship's for. All right, real quick, before I bring up Rod, I'll cover a couple more things. Let's see here. So the float card is something that you guys might want to check out as well. But this one, I think, is going to be also those that are doing over 10,000 per month and gross revenue. The link is also in the description below. Let's see what else I want to cover here. This one, yeah. So Get Loot. The link is also in the description. This one, they now have a line of credit. So the minimum requirement for this is going to be you need to earn at least like $2,200 a month in gross. So it's such a low requirement. They have revenue-based financing, where the payback terms is going to be either weekly, biweekly, or monthly. And then they have lines of credit that's going to be like a monthly line of credit or monthly repayment terms. And there's no prepayment penalty. In fact, there's discounts if you pay it back earlier. They have cashback rewards. This is basically the requirement. 6 months in business, must be open and operating for at least 6 months to qualify. Annual sales need to be 25,000. But say you've only been in business for 6 months, and a couple of those months starting off, you only did like 1,000 or maybe nothing. But say the last 3 months have been healthier, where they are on a pattern of say 3, 4, 5,000 per month, then you could still qualify. There's no minimum FICO score required. They're not checking your credit at all. And the funds can be same day. I just had somebody literally just get 35,000 a couple days ago. And then a couple weeks ago, several others got anywhere from like 15 to 30,000. Now, typically, GetLoot, it's the direct underwriter. Unlike some of these others, they're not direct underwriters. So with GetLoot, it's if you're looking to get say over like 100,000, even though they say 250,000, but if you're trying to get over 100,000, they probably wouldn't be a good fit for you. But if you're trying to get anywhere from say 10 to 50,000, this is who you need to go through. It's going to be your best chances for approval. If they can't approve you, I would doubt that anybody can get you approved, just because the requirements are so low. And the lines of credit is brand new. That just got released a couple weeks ago. Before, it was just the revenue-based financing, which is like a merchant cash advance, but with more flexibility on terms. And you build up that interbanking relationship with this underwriter, and it will grow. And since they're a direct lender, direct underwriter, then you're going to definitely have increased chances for either one, a lower rate, and longer repayment terms. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Even if you have bad credit, it's okay. As long as you have some type of income coming in your business and you've been in business for 6 months, you can qualify. Link is in the description below. All right. One more thing to mention, and that is Fair Figure. And then we'll bring up Rod here. So if you guys don't have Fair Figure, get it. Go to fairfigure.com, sign up. It's very easy. It's basically like NAV, but can be better. So it should be one of your tools in your arsenal for building up your business credit. I will go in more details with them later. I already have covered quite a bit about them, but they have some new updates that I'm going to be covering on. But they have a trade line reporting, okay, to the business credit bureaus. But then you can also qualify for, now it's not like a huge limit, but anywhere from like $500 to $20,000. And the repayment terms are going to be anywhere from 4 weeks to 8 weeks. So if you get, say, a $10,000 approval, then you need to pay back that $10,000 literally in like 4 to 8 weeks. Now, it might not be ideal for everybody, but I look at it this way. It's like a starter. So you don't have to actually get the Fair Figure Capital card, but it's there to help you build up business credit and get you 2 trade lines opposed to just the one that they offer. So potentially you could have 2. So if you use eCredible, Fair Figure, and Nav Prime, that right there is at least 5 trade lines for you reporting to the business credit bureaus. That's a good start, a good path. You know, so the links is in the description below, and you use the code GBC50 and you're going to get 50% off for the first 2 months, I believe. So that's fairfigure.com. If you don't have it, go ahead and get it. Anyways, with all that being said, I'm going to bring up Rod here, and then we'll start answering any questions. So you guys get those questions in, and then we'll go from there. I got a call to do here in a little bit, so this won't be a long live stream. But Rod, with all that being said, let's bring you up. Hopefully the audio is working okay too.
What's up, my man? Can you hear me?
Hear you.
All right, good, man. Yeah,
Very
we're
nice.
not gonna make this a long live stream. This is not gonna be an old credit dream team 6 hour marathon, but
No, no, not like before.
yeah, man. It and it's crazy because I was like, yo, you were going live, but I was away. I was away from YouTube, and I didn't have access to my phone. And then once I had access, I saw you doing stuff, but every time I got ready to come in, you were done. I'm like, yo, man, this dude is
Yeah, same with yours. I comment right before you go live, and then I said I'll be there, and then next thing you know, it's like I'm on a live or on a call, and then I planned it only being like a 1 hour live stream, and it ended up being like a 2 hour live stream, and then you're already off.
yeah. Well, it's good to be back, man. And
Definitely.
the credit dream team, yo, we Josh hit me up in one of my lives and said we got to get that back going, and I'm looking forward to that. Where you have personal
Getting back
credit.
on that, a lot of people have been requesting about that too. I've had, quite a few different people requesting that recently. Rod, why don't you introduce yourself, because that's been like over a year. So we've both been had health issues and had personal things to handle and stuff. But I'm sure there's several people here that are unfamiliar with you. So why don't you introduce yourself and what you do?
Hey, well, first and foremost, it's your boy Rod. I am the founder and CEO of the Points Blank Network, which consists of 4 YouTube channels, not including the 2 channels that Josh and I have, which is Credit Dream Team and the Credit Dudes. But I have Points Blank Travel, which I'm logged in under that channel tonight, which I talk about personal credit and how to build your personal credit. Also talk about credit cards that you could use to earn points, miles, and cash back to travel around the world or around the country for little or no money out of your pocket. Then I created another channel, Investing with Rod, which kind of ties into Josh and I's channel, the Crypto Dudes, which I haven't done many videos on crypto, but on Investing with Rod, that channel is all about it's all about showing people how to invest on a budget, $5, $10, $20. I'm not doing $200 investments. I'm not doing any of my major investments on that channel. I'm just showing everyone pretty much the stocks or crypto that I believe will pump. And then I'm making investments. I'm making an investment into those investments. Then I have the Points Blank Experience, which is my third channel, trending topics, interviews, which I want to have Josh on the channel interview him as well. Um, and that's it. That's Rod in a nutshell. Excuse my voice. I've been recording quite a bit lately, so kind of lost my voice, but that's
Yeah,
it.
that's why I have a cough drop in right now.
Yeah, that's Rod in a nutshell. But my passion is credit and how to earn points and miles for free travel. But I'm gonna tell you, I will say this here, and then I'm gonna shut up and let Josh continue talking. Cash is king, but credit is the whole damn monarchy. It is the king, the queen, the bishop, the servants, the butler, the maid. Credit is everything. So if you're not working on your credit, today is a good day to start. If you haven't been working on your credit, but you're in this live stream or you're watching the replay, today is the day to start. Open new doors for yourself. You're not opening doors for Rod. You're not opening doors for Josh. Open doors for yourself. Josh is just putting out hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of information. Rod is putting out tens and 50 thousands of dollars worth of information. But business credit, you don't have anybody on YouTube that's telling people how to obtain business credit for free. I rest my case. I wish I had a mic to drop because I promise you I'd drop it right here.
Yeah, I mean, it really just comes down to securing your financial, future. And it doesn't mean you have to use the credit just because you get it business or personal. Just have it just in case, either emergencies or you never know when a good investment opportunity may arise, you know. And if you don't have, you know, your credit and finances in order, I hear it all the time, you know, people miss out on earning 20, 30, 40,000 on a real estate flip or whatever it may be, just because they didn't have access to funds. And when you have a lot of different credit choices, you're not going to get ripped off and be, you know, some of these people get stuck with, you know, 20% APR, and that's the only option they had available to them, you know. So, um, you know, me and Rod, I think, go back almost about 4 years now. I
Yep.
started the channel. Time flies, you know. Almost the whole year of 2023, I was not really active much because I had a lot of health issues that going on, and you know, was hospitalized quite a bit. But now I'm back and stronger than ever, doing a lot better, and we're gonna get back on track. That's for sure. When it comes to the other channels as well, we need to get Rod. Why don't you drop in the comment section your channel link, just so
Uh,
people can follow,
yeah, let me.
or they could just click, or maybe give the link directly because you know people are
I
lazy
try to
too.
drop the link, but it's showing that I'm not a moderator. So if I can't, I'll just put the name of the channel. Um, but man, make sure y'all do me a favor, man. When we did the Credit Dream Team, and Josh and I, it was Josh's idea, it wasn't Rod's idea. But to have one channel where you're talking about business credit and personal credit on one channel in the same live stream, it was astronomical. It was unbelievable. I had never
Get
seen.
two advice, get two people's advice too, because you know, like Rod knows a lot. He's had a lot of history background with American Express. I have a lot of accounts with them now, but I don't have, you know, a decade, 2 decades worth of experience with them. You know, it's only been 4 years or so. You know, 3, 4 years. So, you know, we both have different areas where we shine, you know, and combine that together, it definitely, you know, we're just here to help people and advice from our experiences. Even we've had I've been kind of the guinea pig for everybody for business credit. I'm the only channel on YouTube endorsed by Experian Business Credit as well.
Wow,
So,
wow, and it's crazy because I was listening prior to me coming up, uh, and yeah, it wouldn't let me drop the link.
all right, I'll drop it when we get done here. I'll drop it.
Well,
Hang on, let me
I'll just
see.
put this here. I
But you guys can also click on his name too, and just and that will take you to the Points Blank Travel.
but I was tripping when you said, and y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is one of my biggest accomplishments on YouTube. And Josh said I was watching prior to as I was preparing to come up, watching, listening in, and this man said, "Rod, it was because of Rod." Then he caught himself. No, Rod encouraged me because it wasn't because of me. And this
Right.
dude got the American Express black card, the Centurion card. He the only real live human being that I know. I mean, several people have it, but he's the only individual I know that has a black card. And I remember saying, Josh, man, you should do this. You should do this with American Express. And he was like, I don't know, Rod. Do you really think I could do it? I'm like, yeah, you could do it. And now he's rocking the black card, the Centurion. So
I overpay on fees, but you know, it's also a learning experience. And one of these days, like right now, I think I have like uh, 3.9 million reward points, membership rewards points.
Josh, you got 3.9 million. What are you doing? Just collecting them? I mean, what are you doing?
I've already used about 1 million, but you know, I'm not. They're not really expiring, and I just haven't had the time. But I see some of these other people that like do like what you did on strategic ways to use the points, where you can transfer them, like even like the you told me about Charles Schwab, and transferring to different portals and stuff. Where because just off the block with American Express, they really rip you off on if you just use it towards your statement, or it's not even 1%.
Yes,
See,
it's
I want to get
point
the
zero.
most out. I want to get the most out of it.
Yes, point zero
So
six if you transfer them to your statement credit, or if you cash them out, if you don't have a Charles Schwab platinum card. And it used to be 1.25%. If you did Charles Schwab, then it went to 1.1. Now they're talking about going to 1.0 or less. So with the Charles Schwab, I would say if you have 3.9 million, even if you're not, I wouldn't cash them all out, but even at that redemption rate with that many points, I would still take a look at cashing some out if that's what you choose. But where you are
well,
right
like
now,
next year, I'm going to be traveling a lot back to the States and a couple of vacations with the kids and stuff. So I know I'm going to utilize a lot of that, basically have quite a long vacation and, travel around for free pretty much. And, I have a lot of kids, so that can add up.
yeah, it can. But even in the Philippines, man, look at some Hilton properties over there. Look at some
Well, they closed a lot of the properties down right after COVID, like the Marriott they had here and the Hilton. A lot of them closed
really?
down. Yeah,
Oh
they
wow.
changed different ownership, and now they're not on the um American Express travel portal anymore.
Wow.
Unfortunately.
Well, instead of using that travel portal, if you do find one, Josh, if you find a Marriott or a Hilton property that you're thinking about staying at, instead of using that travel portal, do me a favor, bro. Reach out to me, and we'll get on the phone. We'll get on StreamYard and do a video call, and I'll walk you through transferring it directly to the hotel because you get a better value.
Yeah, that's why I haven't pulled the trigger because it's not something I need right now. But that's what I want to do. I don't want to waste when I could have it work for me a lot more. Because at the end of the day, I know I'm going to be probably spending like $20,000 on travel next year. So why not make it where my points are taking care of all of it, and then
And,
then
and
some.
and if I can say one thing, Josh, for anybody that's in the live stream right now, if you have any questions about any personal credit cards or points and miles programs,
Yeah, get
whether
the questions in.
whether it's Citi, American Express, Chase, Capital One, Discover, Bank of America, I can answer them. And if I can answer them, Josh can answer them. And if you, I mean, I'm not going to speak on the business side. I mean,
Yeah,
Josh.
traditional cards, Rod knows everything about those. I actually I don't really have too many traditional personal or business credit cards. I have a couple, but I don't have like Chase or anything like that. I have a lot of American Express and some credit unions, but I don't really have any of the, Chase and Wells Fargo, those.
Hey, Josh,
And
have you looked into the American Express business checking account? I recently opened one.
yeah, I've had that for
Okay.
quite a long time now.
Okay.
That's because they got their lender's license for banking when they bought Cabbage.
Okay.
So before they didn't
Yeah.
have that, and then they acquired Cabbage, and that's how they were able to get into that because of the business side. Even American Express is doing fintech related because they're giving business loans based on you connecting your PayPal and business bank accounts and your different if you're selling online, they will give you a loan based on that as well. So it's pretty neat. Rod, can you go ahead and talk to them about any personal cards and stuff or anything? I'll be right back in like 2 minutes.
All right.
All right.
Well, hey, Josh does this to me every time, y'all. But I will say first and foremost, if there are any questions about personal cards, please put them in the comments. And right now, one of the things that I'm looking at is incorporating cashback cards with transferable points cards. And cashback cards, they're pretty easy to identify. You know, you're talking about your Capital One 1.5% cash back. You're talking about your Chase Freedom Unlimited or Freedom Flex 1.5% cash back on everything, or 5% cash back on rotating categories. But I like to look at transferable points. And what I mean by that is, one of the things I did a video on a while back was, don't get stuck. If you're just starting on your personal, and I know people are here for their business credit, but Josh will pretty much echo what I'm about to say. There are some cards out there you can get without personal credit coming into play, but there are a lot of cards where you need your personal credit to obtain the business credit cards. But when I talk about transferable point cards, I'm talking about American Express, I'm talking about Chase, I'm talking about Citi, I'm talking about Capital One. And you could take the points from these financial institutions and transfer them to partners such as United and Southwest and Marriott and Hilton and Delta, and get the most bang out of your buck. But a lot of people here that come to Josh's channel, you're not worried about traveling. You're worried about establishing your business credit and getting your Dun and Bradstreet score up and your whatever other score. You know, I'm not. I'll be honest. I'm not a business credit guru like Josh, but
Dun& Bradstreet's old news,
keep
and
in mind,
it's not used anymore.
keep in mind that your personal and your business credit sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes they go hand in hand. That's why we created the Credit Dream Team. So, Josh,
Why don't you explain? Why don't you explain real quick about like what you did? You know, when what was it? When you started your YouTube channel, didn't you get American Express? You just applied for. You already had American Express, but you just got your business card. Just because, I mean, it's not reporting to uh, personal credit, and you're only getting that one hard inquiry for the initial relationship, and then American Express reports to the Small Business Financial Exchange. So Rod's building up business credit, and he doesn't even know it. Yeah, you know, initially, you know. So,
well, when I first got into American Express, I got the American Express Blue Cash card, no annual fee, the baseline cashback card. Then I got the I want to say the American Express Everyday Preferred card, which was a points and miles card. And then I accumulated
this one, right?
Yeah, I have. Yep. But I have the Blue Business Plus. Is that the Blue Business Cash or Blue Business Plus?
Cash.
Okay. See, I have the opposite. They're the same card. They earn the same. One earns cash, one earns points.
Right? Yeah, yeah.
And I said, you know what, man? Let me try for a business card with American Express using my Social Security number. So I applied for the American Express Business Gold card. That was the first one I got. And I was nervous. And the application was totally different than personal. They had verbiage such as, how much do you anticipate your business making in the first year? You won't
Projected.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Josh.
Like projected or stated.
Yeah.
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 That's what's nice about American Express is you can do that, you know.
And I filled the application out. It took about 15 minutes. It wasn't that little 2 to 5 minute personal application. I'll tell you that. And for some reason, ladies and gentlemen, when I filled it out, I had to put my business name. I didn't have to provide any documents. But once I click submit, that little spinning button, when you're trying to get approved, I promise you, it seemed like it took forever. And it
Eternity.
really didn't, but for me, it just, I was like, man, is this thing will ever stop spinning? And I walked away from my computer as I do once I don't have a warm and fuzzy about something. I came back and it said, congratulations, you're approved. And after that, I got the Blue Business Plus, the points version of the card Josh just showed. He has the Blue Business Cash. I got the American Airlines business card, the Bank of America business cash rewards card. I got the Barclays American Airlines business card. And all this I use with my personal credit. But now that I've established an LLC with my entire network, everything that I did with all these cards, it really doesn't mean anything because I haven't established any real business credit. Am I right or wrong, Josh?
No, you're wrong. That's actually like the real business credit. I mean, it's all. I much rather have, like, say, if I've never built up business credit intentionally, which that's if you went in your town, say in Dallas or whatever, and went to 100 different random retail businesses, I would bet you that I would say, where'd you go, Rod?
I'm right here.
Okay.
I'm right.
I would say you'd be pressed to even find 1 or 2 out of 100 that actually has ever intentionally tried to build business credit up. It's not something that's actually very common at all. It's not even searched very much on YouTube per month, maybe 100,000 times a month. So it's not something that's intentionally done because a lot of people don't know they can even build up business credit because they just assume it needs to be good personal credit to get, because that's how it's always kind of been, in a sense that you need to have good personal credit. You can have great business credit all you want, but if you don't have good personal credit and you go to Chase and try to get a business credit card, you're going to get denied. It doesn't even matter at all. But that's where fintechs come in. That's, you could have bad credit and still get those, and even business loans. But then there is ones like Sam's Club No PG Business MasterCard that only looks at your business credit. And then there's No PG Business Auto Loans that also, like Ally Financial, they look also only at your, say, Equifax business credit. They won't look at your personal. That's not even a factor at all. So it just all comes down to being strategic. But yes, American Express does report directly to Experian Business Credit, and they report to the Small Business Financial Exchange. That's actually owned partially by Experian. I mean, it's partially owned by all the banks like Chase, American Express, Bank of America. They all have market share into it. There's no way to actually get your Small Business Financial Exchange report. It's just basically a data hub for all the different underwriters and lenders, banks, financial institutions to take part and be a member of, kind of like a credit union sense. And they share data to warn each other about potential good and bad, history, bad that someone may have. So if you like screwed over, say, American Express, and then you're applying with Chase as a business owner, that could work against you. It's kind of like a check systems on the personal side, but for business in a sense, for banking. And but yeah, it's, if you pulled your Experian report, I'm sure it's going to have good history if you have American Express business cards. Doesn't matter what they are. Like I have like 6 different American Express business cards, credit cards, and charge cards. They all report, and that does help. Those are premium trade lines. I'd much rather have that than those reporting than, say, a Uline Net 30 vendor. But again, you want to have a account mix as well, because it's normal for a legitimate business to have a variety of type of accounts: revolving, term, installment, Net 30, retail store cards, all that, But yeah, it's definitely helps when you have that type of accounts.
Well, I'm glad you cleared that up, Josh, because I never looked at it like that, and I actually
Like
have.
that could help you get an OPG Sam's Club Business MasterCard, and they give 20, 30,000 underwritten through Synchrony, and that's the only true no PG revolving credit card out there. That's actually like a true that does not look at your personal credit at all, and they only factor in your Experian business credit score. If that's good, and you have enough like accounts build up, just kind of like what we talk about the hamburger, what's in her hamburger, you
You
know?
still remember that? Wow.
Yeah. So it's like what's in there. That's what matters. You can have a 90 score all you want because business credit scores go from 0 to 100 typically, with exception of Equifax. But the primary business credit goes from 0 to 100, 100 being the best. The target is always around 80, 90. So even you can have a 95 business credit score and you could have 10 trade lines, but if they're all a whole bunch of like BS trade lines like Uline, Quill, Granger, all these, I'm not saying there's not a place for those, but the underwriters and the bureaus know when you're trying to manipulate their system. And if you're just going off and listening to 99% of everybody on YouTube and Facebook that just don't know what the hell they're talking about, they don't even have any of the cards. And just because they got approved for 2 or 3 business credit cards or credit accounts, they all of a sudden are a business credit expert and start a channel and mislead people and say get a 80 paydex score trade lines and you can get approved, and it's completely BS. It's strategic methods, and ever since COVID, all the fraud that happened, Dun and Bradstreet's not used. Paydex scores, Dun and Bradstreet is worthless. I'm not saying ignore it, but don't focus on it. If you're trying to get actual real credit cards, MasterCard, Visa, term loans, VLOCs, revolving cards, anything like that, the underwriters will always pull Experian business credit. If you're trying to get no PG business auto loans or equipment financing, they're going to always 90% of the time going to be pulling Equifax business, and as a secondary check, they may check Dun and Bradstreet or Credit Safe. So yeah, Experian's the one to focus on.
Wow, gotcha. Because I have an Ally personal account, and I paid off about 3 auto loans with Ally. And I never knew that they were no PG business.
Yeah, that's the number one. That's been the number one for many years.
And I need to really focus. Matter of fact, I need to make some deposits. I was just looking at my account the other night, and I was like, "Wow, I still have a couple $100 with Ally." And I need to activate some my money market card and another card. But wow,
Especially if you have relationship with Ally, you would pretty much, I'm sure, 100%. If you're in the market to get a new vehicle, you could get one under your business 100% with 0 down payment, and the rate would be very good. A lot of my students and viewers that's got approved, they're not. The rates are usually good. I don't know about this market, but like 6 to 10% is not bad in this market.
But do I have to have a business account already established, Josh?
No, they're not looking at any of that. They don't look at any of that. I mean, ideally, you want to have a business checking account, but that's not really a big deal. That can be set up in 5 minutes online through like one of the neobanks or whatever. But the business credit application, you're doing that actually at the dealer. You can't apply directly with Ally. You have to go to the commercial department and different car dealerships, and you have car dealership experience, but there's a commercial finance department. You talk to the finance managers, sales reps don't know what the hell they're talking about when you say no PG or no personal guarantee. Most of the time they don't know.
Right.
Only thing you need is your Secretary of State certificate that you're in good standing. That's like $5. You can get it instantly, just at your Secretary of State's website generated. Costs like $5, at least in Ohio it does. You just download it, print that off, and then your tax ID EIN letter, that's free. You should just show that. That's it. That's all you need to get your no PG business auto loan. Take that to the dealership, and you tell the finance manager you want them to only apply to Ally first to see what they come back with and what they offer, because they have lines of credit where they can come back and say your business qualifies for up to say 300,000. So however you spend, that's up to you. You could put it across 2 vehicles or just one or a fleet of 10, whatever, or they could come back and say, we can only qualify you for 1 vehicle or up to say 100,000. And typically a lot with businesses, it's understandable that it's 0 down payment because it's corporate, it's business, but those are easy to get. Not very hard at all, especially if you already have the relationship built up with Ally. They will take that into consideration, even though it is no PG. They are going to look at your personal credit, but it's going to be a soft pull. And that's just to confirm your identity more than anything, and to confirm that you're not a repeat offender of like 20 charge-offs, bankruptcies, and, really bad, don't know how to manage any money and stuff, but it's not going to be personally guaranteed at all. And that's going to further help you build up more business credit, where once you have that, you can literally get into 7 figures business credit lines. Because once one trusts you, it's like they're all going to fight for your business, but at least have them there if it's available,
Gotcha. I see the game master say, hey, Josh. And he came back and said, and Rod, the dream team is back. Hey, game master.
Yeah, I haven't seen him for a long time.
I've seen him on my channel, Josh. He's been on my channel and he's been asking.
Yeah, I haven't seen him for a while.
Well, he's been asking, where's the dream team? Where's the dream team? Where's the dream team? He'll pop up my PBT
line. Vince, he was here. I mean, he lives here, but he's going back, with
Vince Lawson came in and he told me he spoke with you. He didn't say about which wasn't my business.
Yeah, we talk quite frequently because he's only like a couple hours away from me, but he's heading back to the States. I think he might be already back in the States dealing with some personal issues and stuff, but he's always checking on me because, he's, one of the brothers, military. So it's like, he's always checking on me and health wise and understands things. And he's always there for me. I kind of feel bad that I don't respond to him quick enough sometimes and stuff, because he's just trying to help me and stuff,
What he said to me, he understands you're a businessman. So if you can't respond to him quick enough, he understands. But hey, Josh, I'm not going to be on here alone, man.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to get off here too. And hey, will you text me just so, because I changed actual phones. My phone actually got dropped.
Numbers, Josh. How the hell?
No, it's the same number that I've had. It's the same number I've had for several years. Not the one that I had a couple years ago, because so many people from the channel just constantly calling me and bombarded. But I got T-Mobile. That's the number on the screen. But I've had this for a couple years. But text me so I can actually save it there.
Hold up, man. Text you from
that one there, 937-423-9954. I think you already have it, but you've already texted me on it.
I do. I'll text you right now.
But I haven't saved it, I think, because I had the other number. But the other number was actually a text line app. This is an actual T-Mobile, because I switched from AT&T to T-Mobile because they give free international roaming.
Yeah, I just texted and said hold on, man. 937-423-9954. Yep, I just texted you there. Okay. You text me back. All right, good. And then you had to put that bull crap in there.
Yeah, I see our past history there. I have you saved, actually. I have you saved here. See, Rod.
Well, don't be over here trying to brag, because I got our past history too.
No, I'm saying I have you. I didn't think I had you saved in there in the contact list as far as like your name and stuff. But yeah, it's saved. Just haven't heard from you in a while.
Well, man, yeah,
Let's catch up for sure. Let me go through these comments real quick, and then we'll get out of here.
I'm gonna get out
Real
of
quick.
here. With your real quick and my real quick is two different real
No, I gotta go, and you'll know why here in a minute. I'll text you. But grow with Marshall. I really need a stack. Just let me know. Text 937-423-9954 if anybody's interested in my one-on-one business credit mentorship or free consultation or just some advice. I don't mind helping you out, even if you're not gonna be interested in my mentorship. I'm here to help. T Ruffa, what's up, bro? Text me. I know we've kind of been going playing phone tag, going back and forth. Text me. Rod says you can hear me fine. Okay, I hear you fine too. I see you're yawning, tired like me.
I am, man.
I'm tired too. I've been up for almost 24 hours. Do you know of Metro 2 software vendors? I don't know why all these people are starting to talk about Metro 2 software. So Metro 2 is actual format data. It's a format just like Excel. And to become a data furnisher, you need to be Metro 2 compliance. So I'm a data furnisher for my mentorship students for Credit Safe and Equifax business. But you have to be Metro 2 compliance and approved. It's not something you can just do quickly at all. It's not easy to do at all. So just text me if I don't know what you even need that or what you're even asking that for. John White, what's up, bro? I haven't heard from you or seen you in a while, but you're like one of the OGs. I think John was in your lives before too, right?
I don't
He
remember.
he popped in yours. He's been with me since I started, but I know he popped in years in the past.
Yeah,
When
I
I
don't.
would tell people to go over to yours, I would be on a live and tell everyone to go over right when I end.
I don't remember the name or the profile.
When are you going live now? Next, Rod? When we get off? Are you going live?
I was going live tonight and I didn't. So I'll probably on Points Blank Travel go live tomorrow night.
All right, you guys tune in for that. I already dropped the link, but go to Points Blank Travel, youtube.com/Points Blank Travel. Definitely subscribe, and you won't regret. His lives are not. He ain't trying to sell you anything. Just keeping it real with Rod, giving good advice, and at very least, you make some friends because all of them like Meet and I'm drawing a blank, but
Your favorite couple?
your favorite couple, Bella, all of them. There's so many to name, but once you connect with them, like it's like you're a family, just like the GBC family, but they're even closer, like with each other. Really trying to help each other out definitely on a personal level.
Yep.
So I think that's it. All these are just like high and stuff. But Game Master hit me up. Cuban Rock. Haven't seen you before. Text me 937-423-9954. And you have no idea what to do. That's why I'm here. I'll help you. At the very least, I'll give you a free consultation and point you in the right direction. Even if you're not, going to do a mentorship. Credit score doesn't matter so much with business credit. Anyways, but yeah, Rod, I got to get off here. I have my daughter to take care of. But you guys text me. I could probably do a consultation even tonight in about 30 minutes or so from now. But just text 937-423-9954. Sorry to rush this. And Ab knows, great information. Thanks so much, Mod. Been there a long time. Sounds like Jesus to me. I'm not Jesus. I can just help the best I can. I won't tell you what you want to hear. Like I had a guy earlier, he's like, I just need to get 500,000 in business credit right away. I'm like, hey, I got over 2 million in business credit, but that ain't gonna happen. Not in my mentorship. It's hard work and dedication, but I can help, but I can't work wonders. But
I was waiting to hear your response. It sounds like Jesus, Josh. I can help you, but I can't work wonders. Oh man.
Yeah, point you in the right direction, and make it so you're not wasting time, but you got to put it in the work, 1 to 2 hours of your time per week doing the tasks. Anyways, I'll give free consultation out. Anyways, with all that being said, Rod, take it over. Final words.
Yeah, the only thing I have to say, y'all, is we don't have a date nor a time, but the Credit Dream Team is